So first off, the projected deficit for 2026 to 2027 is $9.4 billion, with multi-billion-dollar deficits anticipated in both 2027 to 2028 and 2028 to 2029. Calgarians at this point are contributing more than ever before in provincial property taxes, and the provincial portion of the property tax increased by 15.6% in 2025, and we're going to see a very similar increase in 2026. This represents an increase of more than 30% over the past 2 years, and equivalent to a total of more than $1.1 billion annually. At the same time, Calgary's share of a crucial source of provincial funding for municipal infrastructure, the local government fiscal framework, is decreasing by $6 million, or approximately 2%, as a result of being tied to oil revenue. Calgary's share of this LGFF is down from $255 million in 2025 to 2026 to $249 million in 2026 to 2027. I just want to speak firstly on just broad picture issues. Understand that we're going to have more detail tomorrow morning. But first off, we have to recognize that Calgary right now is the economic engine of prosperity here in Alberta. What is good for Calgary ultimately helps lift the tide for all of Alberta. And when we think about the infrastructure challenges that we're facing right now, not just around stormwater, but also wastewater, our water system, including the Bears Paw feeder main, what it's shown us is that we have a choice to make. Either we pay modestly now or we pay massively down the road. And from our perspective as the City Council, we're united in advocating to the provincial government to ensure that we are getting our fair share of municipal funding, as well as addressing some of the root causes of these issues so that we're not just passing the costs down the road to some other government next year or the year afterwards. So our focus as a council has been doing our fair part. We inherited about a 6% property tax increase proposed by our city administration at the end of last year. We did the hard work to lower our tax increase to about 1.6%. We've done our part, and we're calling on the provincial government to do their part too. So over the next coming hours, we'll have the opportunity to get a little bit more into detail, but we would really like to see more of a focus from the provincial government in terms of infrastructure funding. Right now, with the property tax increase that they've imposed on the education portion, it's very unclear whether that's going to come with a commensurate level of investment back into the city. And the second piece of our ask is around transparency, ensuring that as these funds are being spent, that Calgarians have a clear understanding and Albertans have a clear understanding of where that money is going. We're going to have the opportunity to get a little bit more into the details, but we're pretty much on track for having about a 50-50 share of property taxes being delivered to the city and to the province. What this means essentially is that we're getting very close, perilously close, to half of every property tax dollar being collected in the city of Calgary going to the provincial government to fund provincial priorities, without a very clear line of sight in terms of whether that's being invested back here in the city of Calgary. So it bears a bigger and a deeper transparency question. Most Calgarians, they'll open up their property tax bills. They will assume that most, if not all, of the money that is going off of their monthly debits, if they're in the installment plan or in their yearly payments, they're going to assume that money is going to the city for city priorities. But right now, we are on track for at least 40-60, if not 50-50 in the coming years. So a big focus of ours is to be able to demonstrate to Calgarians that we are doing our part and calling on the province to do theirs. So again, just some very high-level thoughts here. Happy to answer any questions that you may have, and also intending to go into more granular detail in terms of what we liked, what we didn't like, as well as other areas of improvement in tomorrow's availability.